Heat signature. Hot tips. The very second thing I remember noticing with the Space Birthday update in Heat Signature is the change to guns. I was used to most guards being equipped with guns that are now marked as loud, so they've got a huge radius and they, can always be heard through walls. This wasn't a particularly unknown property or anything, because that's kind of the default. There were no guns that couldn't be heard through walls. There was a quiet property which reduced the circle to about, half. And then there is of course silenced, which doesn't remove the circle, but it reduces it to a really tiny distance from your character. So, someone who's literally right next to you will hear a shot, but basically no one else will. Generally speaking, they're already going to have seen you by the time that you pull that trigger, if they're going to hear it. Noise has been revamped. So now you have the quiet tag. Actually, alright, let's get ourselves a quiet weapon and I'll show you what it does. So we can sneak in here. Now, we've got a quiet gun. So a quiet gun, you see it's got the same radius, but if we fire this gun, despite the fact that there are multiple guards in that other sector, they don't hear a damn thing. Now if I were to fire the quickfire shotgun, which is loud, I would get a very different result. See, they immediately hear me, and I set off the alarm. And why is that? Why was that change made? Well, they talked about it a bit with the update. Basically, the problem with the old system is if a guard spotted you and shot at you, generally speaking, guards in the other sectors got alarmed, just like we saw just then, and you don't have enough time to react to them. And it just means that when you go loud, you're then committed to going loud throughout the entire ship, or charging straight for the captain. And that isn't the experience that they were aiming for. At least it isn't the experience that's the kind of fun that they were aiming for with Heat Signature. So they changed the noise system. It's also worth noting that in the new trait system, characters can get the silencer trait, which means that they, carry a silencer around with them that works on all guns, and all guns are effectively silenced for them, which is both a blessing and a curse, because obviously one way I can use noise is to actually pull guards toward me, which I can't do with a loaded weapon. Regular guards basically never carry loud weapons anymore. So it's useful, but it means that you've got the inability to, if you get yourself locked in a room, call a guard with gunfire. When it comes to noise calculation, we are using Sidewinder rules for pathfinding, which means it doesn't matter if the guard is, if there's no direct path through doors within the circle, as long as there is a path somewhere. So here you can see that, technically speaking, for the noise to reach this guard, it's got to be loud enough after traveling through here, out to here, back down through here, and somehow guards up here wouldn't be notified, but guards down here will be. So it's the same rules that Sidewinder uses for noise. See? It worked. Also, the noise circle seems a little bit less accurate than I would like, because that guard I would have assumed would have been outside of the circle, so you should probably keep that in mind when you are trying to judge whether or not your noise shots are going to cause problems.